Hello, friends. Hope you are doing well and hope you are continuing your learning in the market. Today, I am making a video on how I accidentally made over 11,000 US dollars or rupees 8.5 lakhs on a single trade. Okay, this was accidentally because I didn't had a plan of creating such a huge position and leaving it overnight, but the situation was so that I had to do it. I was forced to do it, and I was lucky maybe to get such a profit on that trade. Okay, so let me explain uh, on how or like what happened. So here it was 18th March. Okay, and as you see, yeah, I have taken the chart. This is a past chart, and I am since creating the video now. I do not have the Nifty futures chart, but I actually took an example from the spot chart, the Nifty index chart, just to demonstrate on what happened. So you need to see from here. This is like 18th, right? This is the day on which I was trading. So in the past, what had happened is on 13 March, as you know, the index had actually uh, gone down about 10%. There was a trading halt in the morning, and as soon as the trading halt was over and the index started trading again, or the markets started trading again, there was an announcement from the RBI in between of some liquidity uh, like adjustments in the economy or the markets, because of which the markets actually recovered the whole 10%. Okay, and then again it went up about 5% higher, so it was almost a movement of 10% down, then 10% up, and then 10% up. That is like a huge volatility on that day, 13th March. Maybe many of you would have witnessed that. Anyway, that was just the past which I am talking about, but it had created a strong support at around 8,500 on the index. So, but what happened is it didn't get the follow through. Again on 16th there was a gap down, if you see. Okay, and then the markets were slowly coming down. Again on 17th, what happened is it opened a bit higher, but it again went down. Okay, there was a try to recover it, but again by the end of the day it was below the day's low. Okay, now on this day, 18th, okay, what happened is the market was continuously going down, and here anyone can expect some bit of what you can say a support or buying from the people who expect this support to hold good. Uh, but actually, what happened is as soon as this support was broken, I was quite bearish because the trend from last 2 days was these 2 days, I mean 16th and 17th, was downtrend. And here what happened is after this was broken, this was at around 3 o'clock in the afternoon, and the market was about to close within half an hour. So what I did is, since this was broken, I actually didn't wait for it to close below because I didn't want it to miss that opportunity. It was a kind of FOMO that played out there, fear of missing out. And actually, I punched some trades. And what I did is I bought 8,600 put options because I was expecting it to go down further. Okay, so You see, I have actually taken a snippet of the orders. This is not the complete thing, but this was what I got it from the NSE's report that we get to our email addresses. You see, I was actually buying 8,600 put, okay, 19th March expiry. That was the next day itself was an expiry, and you see the timestamps. This was after 3. Okay, this was after 3, that is at 3 or 3 6. I was buying these 3 p.m. So if you see, I had actually bought these quantities. The total quantities I had bought was 2,250. So my view was bearish view. I was expecting the index to go down further after it broke the support, and 2,250 was a huge quantity. You can say these many. You can calculate the lots. Then actually I had a stop loss for this as well, but the problem that happened was I couldn't close that position because after 3 6 p.m. uh, the broker terminal through which I was trading, I do not want to take name of that broker in this video because it will not serve any purpose. But what happened is I couldn't close that position. I mean, I wanted to close that at around 312 or 313 because I was in good profit on my trade, and I wanted to close that position, or I even wanted to trail my stops to lock that profit which I was getting. But what happened was those orders were not passing through. Is It's like I was putting the orders and they were getting rejected from the broker terminal. Actually, I checked on the Twitter or other social media platforms I am part of, like WhatsApp groups or Telegram groups. There I got to know that this is the problem that this specific broker had. So it was a bad luck, and what happened is I couldn't close that position by 3:30 p.m. The markets closed. The I didn't know I was into that pressure situation because I didn't know what would happen the next day. uh, it may be a gap up, or it may be a gap down, or maybe markets would open flat, whatever would be the scenario. But I was into that uncertain situation. And actually, to tell you more about this trade, it was all MIS trade, that is margin intraday square off, intraday position. So it is the responsibility of broker as well to square off those trades by around 320 or 322. They need to square off, but even the broker failed to square off those trades. Now, next, what happened is in the evening of 18th March, I received this email from the broker with the subject saying MIS position carried forward. So they explained the body of the email was like, dear customer, we were unable to square off your F&O intraday positions today. All such open positions have been converted to normal trades. You will need to bring in the required additional margin or square off your positions at market opening tomorrow. Regards, team, and the broker name. So this was the email I received. It was like on that particular night, it was such a uncertain time because nothing was in my hand. I couldn't do anything to my trade. I couldn't close it, and a lot of possibilities were going into my mind, like what I need to do, what should be my plan tomorrow, and such things. So one thing was very clear: if it would do gap up open, or if it's like If opens gap up, then I would immediately close my trades, booking whatever the loss that I make. But if it would open gap down, I would wait for some more time and let the move happen and trail my stops to take maximum benefit from that. But if it opens flat, then also I had plan of closing down the position and wait for the opportunities. So that was my plan. What happened actually on 19th March? You see, this is 19th March and this is hourly chart. Okay, it actually, this was the 18th March close, okay, at around 8,500, and I was extremely lucky that the markets opened lower, that is, there was a gap down, and the markets opened around 4% lower, and it went up to like 6% down, the overall index. That was such a luck, I would say, that played out at that point. The markets opened at 8063 and went further down. That is what I have written. This is on 19th March, and this was the expiry day, Thursday. On the expiry day, you can expect uh, uh, like market maybe to remain in a range. Okay, although that doesn't happen and that is not necessarily the case, but on the expiry day, what happens is, since the big players would have created their positions uh, on both sides, they do not allow uh, the market to make wild movements on that day. But the this fall was because of the pandemic situation, the coronavirus throughout the globe was creating um, I would say the news headings, and because of these emotional, I mean, I would say the trades from the people around the world, the FIIs were dumping, DIIs, all of them, they were actually exiting their positions at this point. So, but coming back to my trade, I was lucky and it capped down. But what I saw is I was very clear that I had to trail my stops. Okay, because I didn't want to actually give up the profits that I would make in case the index turns back and starts coming up. So what I did is, at 921, that is within it's like 7 minutes from the start of the trading starts at 9:15, right? So this is at 9:21:57. I closed all my position completely. It's like I sold all of them, the 2250 quantities of 8600 put at an average of around 651. I closed my positions. Here it is. Okay, you can see this one. Now, what happened, or what was the result, was that, as I already explained, I had the buying average of 270, and I managed to sell these quantities at 651 average. So the realized profit was 2250 into 381. 381 is the difference of 651 minus 270, that is the profit points. So this was actually the snippet of the M2M. I would say here the trade was converted to normal, and this was the instrument on which I was trading, 8600 PE, 19th March expiry, and this is the price of that option when I took that snapshot. It had reduced from 651 to 467. Okay, but I had actually squared off at 651 itself, and my profit was around 8,59,245. So, what are my learnings from that trade, or what are the takeaway points? Because, yes, the first point is, if the market had gone in the other direction, if it would have like gapped up due to some reason, maybe if it would have taken the support at 8,500, and if it would have gapped up, then I would have lost big time. It's like, whatever the profit that I am seeing on my terminal, I would have seen similar loss in that situation. Uh, yes, so always trade with proper position size and risk in mind. Okay, uh, these kind of situations would not happen in all the cases. Okay, not uh, like I would be lucky every time. So don't try to um, check about your luck by taking such huge size. Obviously, I didn't mean to take such a huge position, but it happened. Like I couldn't close my position because of broker issue. Okay, so always actually trade with proper position size and the risk in mind. Okay, the second point was always. The second point is always we need to have an alternate broker account just in case such issues happen with one of the broker, the main broker on which we main broker terminal on which we trade. If there is some issue, technical issues uh, are like they would happen anytime, and we can't avoid them. And maybe because of during that time there was a heavy volume of trading that was flowing into the markets. A lot of people were trading, and because of which maybe the broker platform was loaded, and it was kind of freezed, and that is why they couldn't do anything at that point. Since the money is at stake, we also should have some alternate plans on what we would do in order to save our trade. So here, if you see, if I had an alternate broker account, I actually had, but I didn't had sufficient funds in that account in order to take a hedge for this trade, and because of which I went into such uncertain situation. So what we can do is we can have an alternate broker and fund it sufficiently so that if such issues happen, we can actually take hedging positions from that other terminal, so that we can actually save our trades, or uh, like make sure that we do not get into big losses. So, and the third thing which I learned is always position yourself in the direction of the trend. From the last 2 days, if you see, or actually overall, if you see on the weekly chart as well, if you see, we were on a downtrending market. It's like the trend was down, but what had happened on 13th was there was a kind of bounce because of the RBI's announcement, but overall the market was actually trading uh, downwards. So I was actually lucky to have left that trade in the downwards, and I mean the bearish trade it was, and the market was down trending. So that is the reason I actually my mistake was it's like forgiven by the market. So if you have any questions on this one, you can comment on this YouTube video and I'll try to answer. But never get into such situations. Always trade as per your position size and the risk appetite. And this was a huge learning for me. It was such a huge pressure situation. I would have lost big time, and it would have been very difficult for me to recover those losses in case I would have got into the opposite trade. Yes, so anything is possible in the market. So always have some backup plans, some alternatives, so you can always have that possibility of saving yourself from the uncertain situations. So you can comment on this YouTube channel if you had gone through such similar situations and how you saved yourself, or if you actually gone into such situations, or if you lost a big time. Please subscribe this YouTube channel for similar videos. Press the like button if you really liked the video and if it was informative for you, and comment if you have any questions or if you want similar videos or on any specific topics. See you guys, take care, trade well, bye.